Hello guys, LifeHackster here, and today we are going to check and test out the big brother. Well, actually not really. They're about the same size. But basically the upgrade or the 4K version of the Viofo A119 Mini 2. And this is the A119M PRO. And in the end, we will do a quick comparison of the video quality to the Vantrue E1 PRO, which is basically what this A119M PRO is competing against. And I'll tell you some things that could be better on both of these dashcams, so keep on watching. I made a lot of videos on the Mini 2, and I will link down below my 2 Mini 2 setup that is currently what we use in one of our cars. Also, just a note, I bought this A119M PRO to be reviewed in this channel. This is a one-channel dashcam recording in 4K quality, 3840 by 2160 pixel resolution at 30 frames per second, and has a 140-degree diagonal field of view. This has the IMX678 Starvis 2 sensor with a 1.8 aperture, so it has a mostly glare-free recording at night. HDR enhanced vision. So I'll be testing this with the recommended HDR on at night to minimize glare. But in daytime, it will be off, supposedly to minimize motion blur. But I'll also show you the HDR turned on later on to see if it has a hard time reading plates. Now, this has the Wi-Fi 6 connectivity. This is when you connect your phone to the dashcam to download the footage. Just note, this doesn't connect to the internet. Or with an appropriate USB-C to USB-C cable, you can also directly download the footage to your phone. Or better yet, just do the traditional way, which is the one that I always do. Take off the microSD card and insert it in your computer. It has voice control and GPS, and also has parking mode like other dash cams. But as usual, you will need a hardware kit to make the parking mode feature work. And I don't think Viofo has an OBD2 hardware kit yet. And I'm not going to hardwire this, so I'm not testing the parking mode in this video. Inside the box, you will get the dashcam itself, and this is basically the same size and form factor of the A119 Mini 2. We have the menu buttons here, 1.5-inch screen. We have the GPS module, which is on its mount. We have the 8-megapixel 4K lens, tilt adjustable, USB-C port here on the mount. On the side, we also have another USB-C port, microSD card slot, and you can use up to a 512GB card. We have the reset hole on the other side, vent holes on top and on the bottom. You can slide the mount to one side to take the dashcam off the mount. This GPS module is the same as on the Mini 2. What else you will get? You will get some paperwork like the quick start guide and stickers, 2 transparent films for mounting, a trim push tool, a short USB-A to USB-C cable, and it comes with a CPL filter, which is nice, instead of purchasing this separately. And this just snaps in place in front of the lens. We have some extra mounting tapes. We have the power cable, USB-C, and 11.5 feet in length, and the USB card charger with 2 ports. Alright, so comparing this with the Mini 2, as you can see, they are basically the same size and design. There is a difference in the vent holes on top, but everything else is the same. So the GPS module mount is interchangeable on both dashcams. Now comparing this to the Vantrue E1 PRO, which you can see it is still the smaller dashcam. But when mounted though with its mount, you will see that they're about the same height. Time to install this. Make sure your windshield is clean. Peel off the one side of the transparent tape that is labeled 1 and stick it to your windshield. Then peel off the second liner. Next, peel off the backing of the Viofo A119M PRO's mount. Then line it up and stick it to the transparent film. If you want to remove the dashcam, just slide it to the right and it will come off from the mount. Do the opposite to put it back. Let's insert a microSD card, plug it in for power, or you can also use the one on the GPS module on the mount. I will not use or show GPS here in this video for privacy. Tuck in the cable in your headliner going to the front of your A pillar. Route it down. This way, you will avoid the airbags. Down to your dashboard, and you can tuck in the cable to your door sweater stripping. And you can use the trim tool to help you with that. Then run the cable to your center console where you can plug it in. And when your car is on, it will also turn on the dashcam and it will automatically start recording. So you can change the settings on the dashcam itself. You have to stop the recording first and click the menu. You can change the resolution, which I'll keep it at 4K at 30 FPS. Bitrate, let's set that to high. And you can also access and change the dashcam settings using the Viofo app. You just need to connect your phone to the dashcam's Wi-Fi and be within close range, like inside the car. And you will see the live view from the dashcam. In here, you can go to the settings, and you can change the same settings that you also see on the dashcam itself. Now, let's talk about HDR. And it has an auto setting here. And you can actually change and set the times when the HDR will be on and when it will be off, which Viofo and other dashcam companies are recommending it to be off in daytime and on at night. And these are all the other settings that you can change and tweak. If you scroll down, we have the parking mode settings here, and this will only work if you hardwire this dashcam to your car's wiring, and you will need a separate hardwire kit. Now I'm going to show you. If you scroll down, you will see the screensaver setting. The screen on the Viofo cannot be set to be on all the time. It has a max on time of 3 minutes and it will turn off. And I'll tell you later on that I wish there is an option to turn off this screensaver so that the screen is always on. Anyways, let's check the video quality. This is the video and audio quality of the Viofo A119M PRO, and this one is recording in 4K quality, 3840 by 2160 pixel resolution at 30 frames per second. And this is what the video quality looks like. And see if we're able to read license plates. Also, the HDR is off this one. And this is what the video quality looks like. Now at night, with the HDR on, you will see that the M Pro can read lighted signs with no glare and with reading license plates. When moving, same thing. Lighted signs are clear, and you'll even have a chance of reading plates of cars in front and on the other lane from you. Now, I just want to see if turning on the HDR in daytime will cause motion blur as to reading plates. And this is in a cloudy day. Also, I was testing this in a 21:9 resolution, which is actually 3840 by 1600. And I'm not sure why this is an option, because it just crops the field of view vertically with the same horizontal field of view. But as to license plates, while the car is in motion and with the HDR on, I think you'll be able to read it fine. Now let's compare the video quality of the Viofo A119M PRO to the Vantrue E1 PRO in daytime. Both are pretty good, but the Viofo has a slight edge as to the overall sharpness of the footage. Both can read plates on fast-moving cars with no issues. At night, video quality on both are pretty good. No glare, and be able to read lighted signs and plates. However, with the plate pix feature turned on in the Vantrue makes the overall footage a bit darker. One of my complaints on the Vantrue E1 PRO is the heat. It runs hot. And comparing it with the Viofo M PRO, it is also a bit hot, but not as hot as the Vantrue. By the way, the E1 PRO had no issues during summertime here in Texas, but this is mostly in city or short drives. I did test this out, however, for a 4-hour long drive a few months ago, but it was not really a hot day, and I had no issues. While both dashcams are side by side, I'm going to tell you about the Viofo screen and its status lights, which if you are the driver, as you can see here in daytime, you probably thought that it is off. Well, not really. It is on, but you really cannot tell, and you have to be close and in front of the dashcam to see its status light. I occasionally have to do this to make sure that the dashcam is on. At night though, you will be able to see the status lights. And on the Vantrue, even with the screen on, it doesn't really distract you, and you can easily glance to see if it is on. I wish the Viofo has an option to keep their screen on. Now, how about the A119 Mini 2? Well, it is not a side-by-side comparison, but the Mini 2 still can hold its own, but the M Pro is better as to video quality just because it is in 4K and has the IMX678 8-megapixel sensor, while the Mini 2 recording only in 2K with IMX675 5-megapixel sensor. Overall, the A119 M PRO is a definite upgrade to the Mini 2. And if you're looking for a single channel dashcam or want to put one in the front and one in your rear window, this is a good choice because of its small form factor. And now recording in 4K. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.